Welcome to the Go Harper YouTube channel and welcome to the brand new 593 Motorsports Kart Club. Absolute unit. Wow. Oh my God. Come on, Leighton. All right, Josh, tell us where we're at. Action. In this video, we'll be starting at the old track, moving key equipment to the new location. Then we'll head over to the new track and look at some of the work that's occurring there. If you've seen our previous videos, you know that because of local complaints about noise, we had to shut down our home track, 593 Motorsports Kart Club. Thanks to motocross legend Kevin Windham, we have found a new home. The new 593 Motorsports Kart Club will be at Kevin's own Farm 14, his home track, just a few miles up the road in Centerville, Mississippi. This morning we're taking down some key pieces of equipment, moving them over to the new track location. Once we get them over there, we'll show you around. This dude. All right, we've got 5 loaded of 8, so we're well on our way. Going pretty smooth so far. I just said that, so it's definitely gonna all go wrong now. Oh, fuck. It was going so well. We made it out to the new location for 593 Motorsports. We're gonna get these lights unloaded and then we'll give you a tour around. Look at this absolute unit. Wow. You climb on up in this cab. Air conditioning's on. The LSU baseball game is on. The tractor I was on this morning was the nicest tractor I have ever driven. And the tractor I'm on now is even nicer. This is the nicest thing, period, I have ever driven. This is amazing. This is a machine. I am geeking out.
Why? Why does your butt crack go this way and not this way?
Why?
Because if you was going down a slide, it would go. Oh!
It's got a whole seat.
Oh my God!
Come on, Leighton. Close the door.
Jesus. Oh my God, it's good in here.
It's nice, huh?
I know.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
This is nice.
Yeah. I turned the baseball game was on. I turned it down because I was filming.
You got a radio and everything.
All right, guys, look, we are at our new facility before anything has taken place at Farm 14 Motocross Track. We've partnered up with Kevin Windham out here at Farm 14 to give you what is going to be the premier go-kart facility in the South, maybe in the country.
Early thoughts on what you're thinking.
All right, so my original thinking, and again, I got to put pen to paper, put it in the computer and do some math, but we're looking at having a straightaway somewhere in this area. We're going to run out to the turns down here. Most likely we're going to be looking at turns 1 and 2 down here toward this sea can. Looking at roughly 90 foot for the turns. We're going to come out the corner and have 80 to 90-ish feet of straightaway coming up this hill. You're going to come into turn 3 on top of this hill. And of course, it's not going to be a hill. We're going to take all of this, and our initial thought is to come in from the corner and cut down right here. So where I'm standing at is going to be the top of the track, the top of the banking, and it's going to go down. We're going to use all this dirt, push it that direction, and have the banking for that. What we're planning on doing here is having a track that takes up the area of a football field. So essentially 100 foot wide by 300 foot long. That's going to give us about 90 foot straightaways, 45 foot wide racing surfaces. So we'll be able to race Outlaws, Microsprints, mini sprints, a super speedway for go-karts. Not to mention, I mean, that's the same size as the dome at Gateway Dirt Nationals. They race 24 late models on it. So who's to say we don't bring a couple of limiteds or late models out here and have a good time? But for now, we're working on go-karts. the main track is going to be roughly 1,080 foot, you know, somewhere between 1,000 1,080. It's going to be 1/5 mile is what we're going to build. The flat track down on the bottom is going to be somewhere closer to about 600 to 700 feet, which is about 100 foot longer than what we have now in race line length. That way we've got something for the kids to run on if we feel like the big track's a little bit too big or too fast for the kids. Same thing for the adults. When we want to have like a bull ring race, something, you know, like most of the other local tracks, we'll race on down there. But we're also going to be the biggest track in the South. This track's going to be bigger than all of our neighbors, our partners over at Savage, over at Midway, Greens Creek. Those are some great tracks, great facilities. This one's just going to be bigger. I want to offer something that these other tracks don't have. And because I feel like there is a big gap between the local go-kart tracks and the car tracks. Car tracks are too big. You get going too fast, you seriously get hurt if something happens. The local go-kart tracks are too small for the open carts, too small for Outlaws, too small for the micro mini sprints, all of those. So what we're going to do is build a facility that everyone can come to and everyone can race at. You want a flat track motorcycle? We're going to have some flat track motorcycle racing. They're going to run on a flat track down here at the bottom. You want to ride the open go-karts on the big track? We're going to have big track races. We're going to do it all. Once the go-kart track is up and running, we got that completely built and everything, right over here behind us is where our RC track's going to be. The main plan is right in the very bottom here, we're going to have a oval track for late model RCs, sprint cars, you know, just a RC dirt racetrack right down here in the bottom. Over here where these trees are at, and we got some trails that we got to work on and get those out of the way, is going to be the road course, the RC road course. We'll have to build a tower stand for everybody to stand up and look, but the RC track is something my son's really into, and I'm really feeling passionate about that. So we're going to build that. That's going to be our phase 2, our next step from finishing the track and building that. I want to build a facility to where all kids, big, small, young, old, grown-ups, grown-up kids, big kids, little kids, can come and have a great time. If you're into go-karts, great, we got you. If you're into RC cars, we got you. If you want to run pit bikes or flat tracks, we're going to run that too. I don't want to have to focus on some of the kids and leave some of the other ones out and they just get drug along. So we're going to make a facility to where you come out here and spend the day with your family, and everyone's going to have time to do something that they want to do. Thanks to Kevin Wyndham at Farm 14 for reaching out, helping us with this, making us an unbelievable deal. It's really been a blessing what he's offered us here, and the help that he's going to be giving us. The facilities are unbelievable. He's made sure that what he's offering us is affordable. He's going to help get us up and going. He's going to help get us started. And so we want to give a big shout out to Kevin Wyndham for that here at Farm 14. I need everybody to, when you see Kevin Wyndham, whether it's now or in the future, you shake his hand, you tell him thank you, you help us show him our appreciation for what he's doing, because without him, we'd still be looking for a place. And he's given us something that is better than I could have ever imagined.
As you can see behind me, work has begun. When Josh walked us around, everything was as we found it. This was a hill, and we are now cutting into that hill to make the base of a racetrack, taking the dirt from the high side over here, moving it to the low side over here, and before long we will start to build the slopes that will be the banks of the curves and the straightaway on this track. A lot of work to be done out here. We're out here a few days later, and we are going to put the drone in the air so we can make a 3D image of the track area to help us identify the areas where we need to cut and fill. I have walked around, I've made some control points using some spray paint that we'll use as reference points when the drone goes in the air. We'll be able to show you this map when we're finished creating it. So we've got the laser set up over there, rotating around. This is the receiver that receives the light from the laser, and then we adjust this on this rod to make this the same height as the laser. So as the pole goes down, because the elevation goes down, the laser goes down, we mark on the pole, and we'll actually measure it later because we don't have a grade stick, so we're just using this 1x2. The drone is currently flying a completely automated flight path and taking photos across the whole track. After we're done, we'll process those photos on the computer, and each of those individual photos will form one big photo. And because of the overlap in the photos, the software on the computer will be able to develop a surface that shows the various elevations across the track area. The first thing we did was mark the outside of the track. This track is 375 feet from one long end to the other long end and 185 feet wide. So that is from outside to outside of all the slopes for all the banking. So the outside of the banking will count for some of that, and then a 40-foot wide racing surface inside the banking. So while it sounds really big, there'll be a lot of options. We can either run the high side on a large track, or we can move tires in and run the low side and make the track a little bit tighter. So it'll be a lot of fun for all types of racing here. This flag marks the middle of the track. Everything behind me is higher than this point. Everything behind the camera is lower than this point. So a whole lot of dirt from behind me needs to be moved behind you. This is the lowest point of the natural grade below the track. So this is where we will have the most fill. When we're finished, the slope on the bank here in the straightaway, this is the front stretch, will be a whole lot higher than this. This karting community is amazing. All the equipment you see out here and all the people operating it have been donated. Their time and the use of this equipment isn't costing the track a dime, which means we can get moving quick, and we can take what little money we find and invest in the things that we can have donated. So a great thanks to everybody who's helped out already and all the folks who will help. We couldn't do this without you.
I'm excited to see everyone out here. I'm excited to see what this turns into. But that's only going to help, only going to work, and it's only going to happen by the grace of God and with all of y'all's help. I can't do this by myself, so I am going to ask, if you can help out, come help us. Whether that be with some equipment, with moving some stuff from the old track to the new track, whether that's just coming out and bringing us some sandwiches when we're out here working. If you can donate a few dollars to help out with the fuel or the cost of, moving everything. We're going to have a lot of money in drainage and electrical and lighting. All of those things are going to be upgraded and done better than what we have right now. So those things cost money. So if you support us and want to help, that's how you can help. If you got on Facebook and raised 9 kinds of heck a couple weeks ago, talking about how great of an idea this is and that you would love to help out and you would love to support it, now's your chance. I challenge you to help out. Put your money where your mouth is. Put your time where your mouth is. Get out here and help us make this happen. Make this the best facility in the South. Thank you guys, and we look forward to seeing you at 593 Motorsports.
As you can see, work is well underway this afternoon. We are getting dirt moved around. It's awesome to see all this stuff start to happen out here. The beginning of what's going to be years of fun and enjoyment out here for an entire community in South Mississippi and Southeast Louisiana. We're so happy to be able to have this opportunity here. Thanks so much for watching. We're going to come at you with more videos in the coming weeks showing you how we're building this track and how we're turning it into the premier go-kart facility in the Southeast United States. So stay tuned, and we can't wait to show you more.